welcome to the Queen Amani Show, all the way from the Queen City. Here she is, Queen Amani.
Thank you for tuning in today to the Queen TV Show, all the way in the castle, in the beautiful Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. I hope you're having a great, blessed week. I know I am today, and I know I've been having a wonderful, beautiful summer, and I hope that you have too. So what have you been doing this summer? Have your family been keeping you busy? Have you been on any vacations? Have you traveled to see the great things that we have had going on in our city? You know, I tell you, I have gotten out a lot more than I have in a very long time. And this summer, my family, oh boy, have they kept me busy, especially our son, you know. But I want to share today two places that I recently visited, and my experience and what I thought about it, and you know, and hopefully, you know, you can visit these places, or maybe you have, you know, already, but just want to share those with you today here at the Queen TV Show. So, you know, I have said that, you know, my family, we've been busy this summer, and we've been blessed to travel. You know, I've shared that recently we traveled to Cape Vincent, New York, a place that I had never been before. We went up there for my husband's family reunion, and we went over to Canada. I had never been to Canada before, and we went into Kingstown, Canada, and I tell you, it was such a great experience. It was just a phenomenal experience. One thing I took from my Canada trip that I did not know is that I didn't realize that they were as big into the arts as they are. And in that area that I was in, I've come to learn that the Prime Minister, you know, stays in that area and in Canada, and from what I understand, the Queen visits that area very often, and a lot of the streets are named like Princess Street and King Street and Prince Street, and of course, you know, we love that here at the Queen Amani TV Show. And actually on our Queen TV Show page, there's a picture of a street called Queen Street, and you know, I had to take that picture. I took that right when I was on my trip in Canada, because I wanted to bring that back here and share that with you on the Queen TV Show. We love that. You know, here in the Queen City, we actually have a street called Queen Street, which I love too, because there are many queens and kings in the city of Charlotte. So you know, we find that to be fabulous here. So there are two things that we've done this summer that have stood out to me, other than our Cape Vincent and our Canada trip, because that definitely was the highlight of my summer. You know, and I've shared that here at the Queen TV Show. And if you missed it, make sure you check out that show. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But recently, we got a chance to visit Carowinds theme park right here in Charlotte. And we also went to the Knights Stadium for a Knights baseball game. So I just want to share those two great, wonderful places that are right here in the city of Charlotte with you today, and just what my experience was, and you know, and I hope that you enjoy. So first, I want to say we went to Carowinds a couple weeks back, and our son is 12, going on 13. Can you believe it? I know I can't. I cannot believe that I'm going to have a teenager soon. Actually, November 14th, he'll be 13. Oh my goodness, and it's just unbelievable. But he is now at the age, our wonderful son is at the age where he enjoys roller coasters. And so, you know, we got season passes to Carowinds, which is, I believe it's like you're headed to Rock Hill, South Carolina, and the theme park is pretty interesting because it sits between North Carolina and South Carolina. As a matter of fact, when you're walking into the theme park, it's pretty neat because they have at the entrance, they have where you can stand on one side of the theme park is North Carolina and the other side is South Carolina. And I don't know, I just find that to be fascinating. You can actually stand right there and take a picture and say you're in both places at one time. So that's pretty neat. So yeah, we went to the theme park. a while ago, and of course, you all know that I am born and raised here in the beautiful Queen City. And since I was born, Carowinds has always been a staple theme park here in the city of Charlotte. So I grew up being blessed to go to Carowinds, and I absolutely loved it when I was younger. And I'm so glad that our son loves it just as much as, as I did when I was younger. So now he is at the age where he enjoys roller coasters. So I tell you, we were walking through the theme park, and of course, our son is very motivational, and he definitely loves to motivate me as his mom, and he loves to push me too, to do things out of my comfort zone, and to go for things that may not be that comfortable. And I think it's a good thing, because, he hears me all the time saying, son, even if it's not easy, you got to push through it. You got to get through your fears. You can do it. So we were at Carowinds, and we were walking through the park. And of course, he wanted to get on the largest roller coasters there. And they have one, I think it's called the Intimidator, and then they have another called the Fury. And I had told my son before going to Carowinds, I'm like, look, I'm going to go to this theme park. I'm going to enjoy it with you, but I don't think I'm going to be able to brace those roller coasters, just because, I just can't seem to ride them like I did when I was much younger. I could get on the roller coasters and I enjoyed them then, but, I don't know. Over time now, my body has just really changed, and I just really can't do them like I used to. And so I was sharing this with my son, and I tell you, he didn't give me a pity party in Carowinds. He was like, Mom, you got to push through it. You got to do it. You're going to have to get on this roller coaster. You're going to have to face your fears. You're going to have to go for it. And I tell you, isn't it interesting how our children are like sponges, and they just soak up just how we are as parents? I tell you, I could hear myself in him when he was telling me these things, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to get on this roller coaster, because how in the world am I going to continue to motivate my son and him not see me go for it? So, so I will share that I did get on the roller coasters. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I got on the Intimidator. That was the first roller coaster that we got on, and it was intimidating. Let me just tell you. I did already tell you that roller coasters, I just can't do them like I used to. And oh my goodness, that roller coaster intimidated me. I'm just going to tell you, it did. My son enjoyed it, but woo-wee, it was something else. Yeah, it was a coaster. Let's just say that. I mean, I want to say it had about 3 drops on it, and, and just some really, really, fast curves, and all I know is I did it, and when I got off, I was just thankful that I survived it. And I told my son, I said, I did this for you. You cannot say that your mom will not face her fears, because I'm going to tell you one thing. It was definitely facing my fears. It was pretty scary for me to get on that ride, but I did it because I wanted to show my son that, I tell you all the time to go for it, go for the great things in life, push through your challenges and your adversities and your fears. Sometimes you have to do that, and that day, that's what I pulled from it when I got on that intimidating Intimidator at Carowinds. I tell you, I had to push through my fears, and I did. And, yeah, that probably will be the last time that I faced that. I mean, because that, like I said, roller coasters it's really challenging for me to get on. So I got on the Intimidator, and after that, guess what? I had to get on another roller coaster, and it was even bigger than the Intimidator. Oh my gosh. So I got on the Fury. And it was a fury. Let me just tell you. I actually cried after the roller coaster ride was over. I will admit I did. I was a big baby at the end of it. But it was a Fury, and I'm going to tell you, it has like a hornet on there, and I wonder why it had a hornet on there when I was walking in, and I'm thinking, a hornet? And a hornet stings you, you feel it. And now I know why the Fury has a hornet on there, because I'm going to tell you, it stung me at the end of the roller coaster. I mean, I was sobbing like a big baby. But I was proud of myself that I did it, because I definitely had to push through my fears to do it. I mean, I'm talking about really had to push through my fears. And I was proud of myself that I was able to get through it, and I survived it, but it stung. I mean, I'm talking about, I still feel the sting of the Fury. But look, if you like roller coasters, you would love the Fury. You would absolutely love the Intimidator. My husband and my son absolutely love those rides. They could go on and on and on them again. I just think you have to just really love roller coasters. If you're like me and you're not really a roller coaster person, I'm just going to tell you, I felt the stung and I was intimidated. So I will tell you that. So those were the two biggest rides that I got on in Carowinds. You know, after those roller coaster rides, I had to just go and just cool off in some shade. And the thing that I like is Carowinds has a phenomenal water park. Oh my goodness, it is a really nice water park. And so you all know here at the Queen Amani TV show that I am an Aquarius, and I am the water bearer, and I love water. And so for me, I just love being able to go by the water park and get in the wave pool and just cool down from being stung and being intimidated. And you know, and so I went and got in the water park in that wave pool, and it felt so good because it was really hot the day that we went out there. And after that, I just kind of chilled under an umbrella, because they have these really big umbrellas all over the water park. And then they have the recliner chairs that you can sit in or that you can lay in. And I tell you, that just made my day, you know, and after that adventure that I had been on. And I just cooled off and chilled out there. And while I was doing that, my husband and my son, they went, because they were still wanting to ride some rides. So they went and got on some of the water slides, and you know, and they came back and they told me all about it, and they absolutely love the water slides that were there. So I highly recommend going to Carowinds. If you haven't been this summer, you know, check it out. It's an awesome, fantastic theme park. And we have to take a commercial break, but when we come back, I want to tell you all about my night's experience. Welcome to the Queen Amani TV show, all the way from the castle, from the beautiful Queen City in Charlotte. Thank you for tuning in to the Queen TV show, and check us out on Access 21 on Time Warner Cable every Wednesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thank you and have a great week. Welcome back to the Queen Amani TV show, all the way in the castle from the Queen City in the beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. I hope you've been out enjoying our wonderful Queen City, because it is just so beautiful and there's so many great things to do here, right here in the Queen City. So, you know, I hope that you've been enjoying yourself and with your family, and I hope that you enjoy Carowinds just as much as I do, and that your family does. And if you haven't had the opportunity to visit, I would just tell you, I had a great experience, and my family loves it, and we just love the theme park. And they have some great food there too. You know, I spoke about the Intimidator and the Fury and the awesome water park, but I do want to mention that they have a lot of great food selections. And you all know that I'm a foodie and I love good food. And so I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed the food there at Carowinds, and just really enjoyed my experience every time I get to go with our son and my husband. So, you know, we as a family have been doing some great things here in the Queen City, and recently we got to go to our first night's game. Well, here in the Queen City, we are blessed, aren't we? Because we have such great stadiums like the Panther Stadium and and then we have the hockey, the Bojangles Arena, and for hockey, and we have just such great, wonderful choices when it comes down to sports. And so now the Knights are playing right downtown in their brand new stadium, and I just want to tell you, it is a state-of-the-art stadium. It was my first Knights game, and we went as a family, and my husband and our son went, and my father actually joined us, and my mom and my sister, we all went together as a family, and again, it was my first Knights game, and I just want to tell you, when I got up to the stadium, right there, just on the outside of it, walking up, I began to see how beautiful it was. And it is a beauty. I mean, it just really, the way that it is centered right there in the heart of our Queen City, it's just really, really nicely centered. And I began to say, wow, this just really looks amazing. Just from the outside, you could see. We went in and we walked in, and I'm just going to tell you, as soon as I got in that stadium, I mean, I'm talking about as soon as I stepped foot in it, I realized how beautiful and how much of a state-of-the-art stadium that it is. I mean, it is a beauty. So I walked in and I was just floored by how beautiful it was. I mean, it was just amazing, and so we had great tickets. My husband does a great job of that, of anytime we're going to a sporting event, making sure that we have great seats and tickets as a family. So he got us some good tickets right there, right behind home plate. And the thing that I liked is if you're sitting behind home plate, they have this almost like box seats right behind the home plate that you can go in, that's in the AC, again, I said it's in the AC, which is a good thing because, the stadium is outdoors and it has been very warm here in the Queen City. And so, the time that we went, it was very warm, and so we got to walk into the box that was right behind our seats, right there at home plate. And it just felt so good, and they have it where you could get free popcorn, and the popcorn was great, and that you can actually have dinner right there in that box that's right behind the home plate, and the food looked delicious. It looked really, really, really tasty. We didn't have dinner there that night, but I looked at it and it really looked good. They have chairs there that you can sit in, and if you're having dinner, you can sit there or have your popcorn, and you can look out of the box. It's just the open window area, and you can see just the view of the stadium. And also, not only do you see that view, but you can see just the beautiful skyline of our Queen City. And it is just phenomenal. It is just so gorgeous. I just have to say, I was just so amazed at how beautiful the Knights Stadium is. And I believe it's called the BB&T Stadium, it is just a beauty. And so we sat there in our wonderful seats, and we enjoyed it there from the box, and I did take some pictures that I hope you enjoy here on the show, and you'll be able to see the view that I had from where we were sitting in the box, and it was just an amazing view, as you can see, and not only, again, I said you can see the baseball field, but you got to see the skyline behind the field, and that's what I loved. I mean, I was just mesmerized at how beautiful the Queen City was. So when we got to the game, it was earlier that day, and it was, the sun was shining bright, and it was a warm day. So as you can see from the pictures, it is just a state-of-the-art baseball stadium, and it was just, again, so beautiful. And I just really enjoyed the view. And as the sun went down, I'm going to tell you, one of the things that I absolutely loved is seeing the skyline of our beautiful Queen City lit up. It was just so, just almost like magical, like just the way that it looked. It just, from that view right behind home plate, it just is so beautiful. So we're blessed today because we have our sports guru here, and we absolutely love when he is here on the Queen TV show. So he's going to ask us a couple questions about the Knights baseball stadium.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Of course, I've been to football games at the Panther Stadium, and it's massive. I mean,
Yes.
I think we're talking about 70,000 people, and you feel like the players, you don't have great seats. The players are like ants running around on the grass there sometimes. But, you know, as I understand, for the Knights Stadium, it's a much better view. You feel like I guess you feel like you're actually seeing the game and can hear what's going on.
Yes, and I'm so glad that you brought that up, because I would definitely say that is one of, if not the biggest thing that I loved about it, was that when I walked in, it wasn't like an overwhelming feeling. It was definitely much smaller than the Panther Stadium, but it's really like nice and quaint. And I love that you're so right. Like, I felt like I could almost like touch the players. Like they seem like they're so much closer to you than when you go to the Panther Stadium. And don't get me wrong, I love the Panther Stadium, and we love the Panthers here at the Queen TV show, but I definitely, going to the Knights baseball stadium for the first time, that's what I really loved about it, is that it's so much smaller, and the players look like they're so much closer to you, and the umpires. And
All right. And the players, most people know this is a AAA team, so that means they're one step away from the majors. These are really good baseball players.
Oh yes, they were, and I was so blessed that the game that we went to, they played so good, and they actually won the game, which made it even better that night. I left feeling like just so excited. Not only had I been to the Knights baseball game, and not only was the stadium awesome, but they won, and it was just like, that made it even more just even more awesome. And leaving the stadium that night, just walking out of it, it was so beautiful. I just want to say, they have done a phenomenal job in the Queen City. I mean, just our skyline to the buildings, and a lot of the structures that they've just put up around the Knights baseball stadium. It's just beautiful.
Now, did your son go to this game as well?
He did.
So he plays, I know, a ton of sports. So anything that he took away, I mean, did you get to watch warm-ups, pitching warm-ups, that sort of thing? What did he take from that?
Well, he loved it. Oh, he just was like in awe, I think, just as the whole family was. But he absolutely just loved watching everything. I mean, he just was sitting there and just taking it all in. And the thing, too, that I liked is, or I think that our son really liked, is that they have different areas around the Knights baseball stadium that is for kids. They actually have like a kids fun station, and then they have some interactive things that the children can do that they really enjoy. And you'll see a picture there of our son actually hitting a ball, and he actually scored a home run on that particular game there that he was playing, and got a triple, and he loved that. So he just really loved that about it, being able to do some interactive things that they have there for the kids.
Now, were the players available for autographs before the game?
Now that when we got there, the players had already been on the field and went back in, and then they came back out right before the game started. So I'm not sure if we missed out on that opportunity to interact with the players or not. Because of the timing that we got there.
Right. Now, I don't know if you had a chance to look at the field, but usually by the time you get to that level, the fields, when I say AAA level, Major League field, the fields are really pristine, just beautiful grass. Could you tell that they've been taken care of pretty well?
Oh, yes, and I'm so glad that you asked that. Yes, they did. I mean, I just was, that was one of the things. I love really nice, green, plush looking grass. That's one thing that I love about the sport of baseball. The diamond just the field itself, and that's another thing I love about golf. Just seeing the wonderful, plush green grass. And I have to say the stadium was just phenomenal. I mean, the grass was so green, so plush, and you could even see from where we were sitting or any angle in the stadium that before the game they had players out. I mean, they had people out on the field actually taking care of it, like they were making sure that it's almost like they were watering something, and they were just really tending to it. And I mean, you could watch them doing that, and that was pretty neat to see how they just really was making sure every little detail about the stadium was just ready to go before the Knights played. So as you can hear here at the Queen TV show, we're just really grateful and thankful that, here in the Queen City, that we have so many wonderful places to go and visit as families, and and we're just so glad that we have a great theme park, and that is so nice, and that we also have a great baseball stadium, and we are just so blessed that it's really a really state-of-the-art, nice, family-friendly stadium that you could go to and enjoy games there. We look forward to attending many more Knights baseball games in the future, because it was just such a great experience. And I also look forward to my next time at Carowinds. I doubt that I will ever brace the Fury or the Intimidator, because I tell you, I just can't do the roller coasters like I used to, but I definitely enjoy all the other activities and things that they have at Carowinds. Even if you are like me and you can't enjoy the roller coasters, they have so many more things for you to do, not to mention the fabulous water park. So I hope you've enjoyed the Queen TV show today, and make sure that you get out and check out our wonderful Queen City and enjoy it. Thank you for tuning in today to the Queen TV show. Be blessed. We love you here. Welcome to the Queen Amani TV show, all the way from the castle, from the beautiful Queen City in Charlotte. Thank you for tuning in to the Queen TV show, and check us out on Access 21 on Time Warner Cable every Wednesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thank you and have a great week. Welcome to the Queen Amani TV show, all the way in the castle in the beautiful Queen City today. In the beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. We are blessed, aren't we, to be in such a beautiful city. I tell you, I hope you've been enjoying the Queen Amani TV show, because I know I have been enjoying coming from me to you and taping the show every single time we're here in the castle taping. It is such a true blessing. So I hope you've been enjoying it, and I hope you've been enjoying your summer. I know that we've had such great things to share here at the Queen Amani TV show, and we've talked about a lot of new experiences that I've had and that my family have had together, and I'm just so excited about that, and just it makes me so happy to share these things with you all here at the Queen Amani TV show. There's no better place for me than to share what I'm doing and what I've been up to and the things that I love than to share it here in the castle with you, because you are just my favorite people. So thank you for tuning in, and I tell you, I hope that you've seen our last couple shows, and I'm so excited with this season. Every single season that we have the Queen Amani TV show, for me, it just gets better and better and better. I hope you feel that way. I understand there's some shows where, I just ramble on and, but I've explained to you all part of that, and I tell people is for, the last couple years of my life, I have been pretty silent. I went through that tragedy of losing my best friend, and I talk about that all the time because that's just my connection to her. I'm at a point now where I'm able to open up and talk about her, because there was a time where I never would do that, and it feels good to me, and I feel like I'm still connected to her when I'm able to just talk about her. And so, you know, I do speak of her very often here on the show. And, you know, and so after that tragedy for me, I pretty much kind of shut down, and it was very difficult to talk and to just talk normal, actually, about normal things and everything like that. I was very secluded and kind of stayed within myself. And now that I am talking, it feels so good. And it's like, I was just sharing with some of my friends the other day, and I'm like, you know, I feel like, I'm like, man, Queen Amani just never shuts up. She's just always talking. But isn't it a good feeling when you can talk and you can express yourself and you can talk about the great things you're doing after overcoming something so, you know, that was just so hard to do. I think we all in life have different challenges and different things that we go through that we have to overcome. And sometimes it takes some people a little bit longer than others to overcome adversities. But I think we all, you know, I think it's a part of being human. You know, it's just human nature. I mean, life is not always how we would want it to be. You know, we all go through things, and with that, I feel like we all have to find ways to overcome the things that we go through. So, you know, here at the Queen Amani TV Show, we're all about motivating and encouraging each other to go through your adversities and to let you know that you can get through it. There's nothing you can't get through. You just work each and every day to get through it and to go after your dreams, because here at the Queen Amani TV Show, this was just a dream of mine. I share that as well. When I was a little girl, it was just a dream, and this was something that I've always wanted, not realizing that, you know, one day it truly would manifest. And that's why I love to tell people dreams do come true. The fact that I'm sitting here on set in the castle here at the Queen Amani TV Show in the beautiful city of Charlotte, blessed with the opportunity through Access 21 to be able to have my own TV show, produce it, and talk about the things that are near and dear to my heart is amazing. So I feel it's just such a blessing. So anyhow, let's just dive right down into what we have to talk about today, because let me tell you, I am just so excited for this show. You know, my family and I, we've been doing such different things lately, and it's good because it's pushed me out of my comfort zone. You know, my son and my husband love to do that to me, and they make sure that mom is going to grow in the areas that she's not good in, because they're going to push me out of that comfort zone, I'm telling you. And they do it, and sometimes I scream and kick and I just don't want to do it. But you know what, in the end I look back and I'm like, man, I'm thankful I did that. You know, I'm thankful that I went through it and I had the experience that I had. So recently, my family, drum roll, we just went to Universal Studios. Yes, Universal Studios in the beautiful Orlando, Florida. And I'm just so excited about that because I've never been to Universal Studios. It was my first time. I had been to Disney World quite often. I've been blessed to go to Disneyland in California and Disney World in Orlando, but I had never been to Universal Studios before. And I've only heard about it. And so just recently, my family and I, we went to Universal Studios for a week, and it was just amazing. You know, it was, I'm just going to say, it was challenging to say the least for me, because I'm just going to keep it real. Traveling is not necessarily the easiest thing for me to do. It's funny because I love to travel. Absolutely love to travel. Absolutely. Because I love to see the world. It's such beautiful places. But just the whole notion of packing, you know, just packing your bags, and I don't know how to pack lightly. I mean, my husband gets on me all the time. He's like, you don't have to take the whole house. And it's weird because I don't know how to not do that. So I pack like everything, and it just seems like it takes forever. And then, you know, just the whole trip of getting there. And you all know here at the Queen Amani TV Show, if you're parents, it just, not only do you have to make sure you're packed, but you got to make sure the children, the family, and everyone has what they need. And it takes a lot, you know. And So with that, I don't enjoy the process that goes with traveling, but I definitely enjoy the adventure and the experience and after we get there, you know, type of deal. So we went to Universal Studios, and our main attraction there, the very first place that we had to stop at was, take a wild guess, you probably already know, of course, it was Harry Potter World. We had to go to Harry Potter World. And you may see here on my set, I have like some props, and I'm going to share these things with you all. And I also have a book here that I want to share with you that I am now trying to dive into and read. But we went to Harry Potter World, and I just have to tell you, it was fantastic. OMG. It was so good. There are two different areas in Universal that's just all about Harry Potter. And in between the two Harry Potter worlds is this train. And you have to go through the train station. It's called King's Cross. And you can take the train, the Harry Potter train, from one world to the other world, to the other Harry Potter world. And oh my goodness, it was amazing. I mean, Universal did a fantastic job just designing this whole like Harry Potter deal, because I'm just going to tell you, when we got there and we got in Universal and we went straight to the Harry Potter world, I don't remember exactly which one it was, but we went to one of them, and I literally felt like I was like in the Harry Potter book. I felt like I was in London somewhere. I mean, I literally was like, I felt like I was put in a time machine and I was taken right there, and I literally felt like a character in the book. I mean, it is just totally amazing how they design Harry Potter world. So if you have not been, and especially if you're a Harry Potter fan or if your children are, I can tell you that I'm sure that you would enjoy yourself. Now, I will say that it was a lot of people, and you all know here at the Queen Amani TV show that I am a bit claustrophobic, and I do not like being put in areas where it's just a ton of people. But that's something that I work on daily, because I don't really have a choice. I mean, especially with being a mom, you know, we go places all the time that are crowded, and I just have to deal with it and suck it up. And nobody gives me a pity party here, so I have to learn how to just deal with the things that I'm just really not good at. And so I don't necessarily like being in places that are very, very crowded, you know, but I did it, and that was one of the things that were challenging for me going to Universal, but it worked out. I mean, it was a lot of people, but at the same time, I think because the world is designed in a way where it's very like personal, you kind of, for me, I began to just not notice and pay attention to all the people that were there. And I just really kind of focused on, you know, myself and my family, and and it just felt like it was like just us there, and it was just amazing. So the rides were amazing. We went on the Gringotts Bank ride or something like that. I may be pronouncing it wrong. I so wish my son was here, because he's the big Harry Potter fan. He knows all about it. He's read all the books, and you know the books are like this thick if you're a Harry Potter fan. Like, they're seriously the biggest books I've seen. And it amazes me how children can read them just like that. But it's a good thing, and my son has just read through them. And I actually, speaking of books, have a book that I am working on now, and it is the Harry Potter book. So my son got on me. He was like, "Mom, you cannot read the book that's out now, and you haven't read all the other books." He totally got on me. But I don't know. I was just like really kind of drawn to this book. I just really, really want to read it. And I just started it. It's called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Isn't that interesting? Why would it be called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child? I don't know. So something about it is just like I have to read it and figure out what this is all about. So anyway, so far so good. It's really interesting. And I just love, like, you know, the whole Harry Potter theme. I have, if you can see here on set, I have the beautiful Hedwig. I believe that's what you call him. It was Harry Potter's owl, yes. And I got him when I was in Universal. I got to share the pictures, and we went through the train station, and I seen Hedwig there. He's right there in a train station. If you've been, you know what I'm talking about. And I had to get him. I'm like, Hedwig has to come home with me so he can protect me like he protected Harry Potter. So yeah. And then I also got me a beautiful trophy there in Universal, and it says, World's Greatest Mother. Isn't that awesome? Oh, love it, love it, love it. And then my other two things here that are on set is this is a book that my son wrote when he was in, I believe he was in first grade. And I've been meaning to share this here with you all here on set because it's the cutest little book. And I do want to read his page that he wrote. And behind the book, let's see here, since we're looking at my set here, is my Queen Amani cup full of water because we need to drink water every day, and I hope you're drinking water very often. And then behind that is a pyramid that my son made in school last year that I just think is so fabulous. And I just wanted to sit that on set, not that it means anything. I thought Hedwig looked really good sitting in front of it. So there you go. So that's what we have on set there. And speaking of the book here, I want to go ahead and share this before I forget. So this is my son's book. Oh my, it's alive. And he wrote it when, like I said, he was 2010, 2011. He was in Mrs. Smith's class when she taught at my son's previous school, which was Highland Creek. And she was a wonderful teacher, absolutely one of the best. And Mrs. Moon, I think, was her assistant. So I am going to find the page that my son wrote about. And when we come back from commercial break, I'm going to share it with you. So stay tuned. Welcome to the Queen Amani TV Show, all the way from the castle, from the beautiful Queen City in Charlotte. Thank you for tuning in to the Queen TV Show, and check us out on Access 21 on Time Warner Cable every Wednesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thank you and have a great week. Welcome back to the Queen Amani TV Show, all the way in the castle in the beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. Don't we love it? I absolutely love Charlotte. So I was just saying that my wonderful son wrote a book when he was in first grade in Mrs. Smith's class and Mrs. Moon. And it's so amazing because not only did my son participate with this book, but the whole class got to write it. And the book was actually, I believe it was published. I mean, it's like an actual book. So it was just really amazing that they did this. So each child from the class got to write their own, like page and draw a picture in the book. And so I'm going to read my son's page. And I'm going to share with you his drawing. So it says, one day my lucky pencil came to life and he played with me. He helped me bake a cake and make some jello. Thanks a bunch. And that was March 31st, 2011. And that was Nasir's page in the book. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. He is going to be so amazed when I share with him that I just shared his book here. So that was his book that he wrote. And, you know, it's just such an inspiration for me because when I look and I see that even children in first grade, as young as my son was at this time, could take the time out to write a book and actually publish it, lets me know that it can be done and anyone can do it, you know? I mean, you can take your creative thoughts and put them in a book and you know what? it can happen. It can be a book. So I want to encourage anyone today that's ever thought about writing a book, or if you, you felt like, I would love to have my own book, but I don't know if I could do this. I don't know, if I can make it possible. Well, I hope that encouraged you today to let you know that you can do it. I know that it definitely encourages me, because writing a book is on my bucket list, is something that I really want to do, is something that, that I want to make happen. So, I'm going to continue to read this book here that my son and his class wrote together, and it's such a fabulous book, and continue to be inspired by it until I have my very own book. So there we go. It's amazing how we can take the smallest things and be encouraged by them. It can be something so simple, so small, and you can gain such an encouragement, such an inspiration for it. I know I do. So back to my trip at Universal, because Harry Potter Land was not the only thing that was fabulous there. There were some other things, but I'm going to get some questions. I have some questions from the fabulous guru that asks me questions all the time, and he's so wonderful. So he has some questions, and hopefully you will enjoy my answers. So.
Yeah, of course, anybody who goes to Florida, we know about Disney World. We know how massive that is.
Yes.
Is there any way to compare? I mean, Universal, I'm sure, is fairly large as well. Any comparison between the two?
Oh, that's such a great question. So, well, when we were in Universal, we spent a whole day there, and we did not cover the whole entire theme park. There were rides that we just didn't even make it to because it's just so big. So I found that Universal was really, really big, and I do look forward to being able to go back one day. But from in comparison to Disney World, such a great question, but I don't know which one is the biggest.
Yeah, Disney World's pretty massive. I mean,
it's
been built up over the years. So now, would you consider Universal, I mean, it is, of course, in that area where people vacation with all the other stuff going on around. So it's got to be fairly family friendly, would you say?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. That was the one thing we look for. My family is the most family-friendly places to even travel to, because, vacations are not fun if they're not fun for everyone, especially children. You definitely don't want to go anywhere where it's not family-friendly, because they're going to, bug you the whole time, and you're going to probably be wondering, why did we come here? So, yeah, with that, we definitely try to find the places that are the most family-friendly, and I definitely have to say, Universal, Disney World is just, I feel like they cater to families, and they do such a great job. Like I said, Universal, this was my first time going to Universal, and so I didn't really know how the experience was going to be compared to the great experiences we've had at Disney World, but it was really good. I mean, it really, really was good. I mean, from the resort that we stayed in, it was a Universal resort. It was really, really nice, and it was close to Universal, which that was another really great thing that I liked about it. But another thing is that everything is right there in that vicinity. And for me, that's huge, because convenience is everything, especially, again, when you're traveling with kids and everything. I mean, you want things to be convenient. So all the restaurants you can think about are in that area. If you need to go to a store or, anything like that, I mean, everything is just right there. And plus they have the shuttles. So once you get there, you can park your car and just get on the shuttle, and then they take you around. And I have to say, too, we went to SeaWorld. Yes, we went to SeaWorld. So not only did we go to Universal, which Universal was great, we went to SeaWorld, and SeaWorld was, oh my goodness, it was just wonderful. I mean, how could I forget SeaWorld? I seen penguins for the first time. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I was like, I want one. I was like, can I take one home? Oh my gosh, I think that was my favorite attraction was the penguins. I literally was froze. I froze. I don't know. I just was literally staring at them. They were just so beautiful. And oh my gosh, they're so cute. Can't wait to go back to SeaWorld to see them. And then we went to Shamu Stadium, which is the big whales, Shamu whales. And oh my gosh, it's just, that whole trip is amazing. You all have to check out our Queen Amani TV show page on Facebook, and also the Queen Amani Instagram page. I've been trying to do better with social media. I hope you all can see that. I will say that I really work on things here at the Queen Amani TV show, which means I work on myself. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I try to be the best I can be, and I try to get better at things when I know I'm not good in those areas. And one thing I will admit that I was just not good at was social media. I don't know what it is. It's like my old school side of me kicked in, and I'm like, I don't even want to have a Facebook page or Instagram page or this or that or whatever. And then, someone here at the Queen Amani TV show actually got on me for all good reasons. And she told me, she says, you cannot have a TV show without wanting to engage on social media. It's just, it goes hand in hand. And she was so right. And that's why it's good to have people around you. Surround yourself with people that are not going to always tell you things you want to hear, but they're going to tell you things that can make you better. And at the end of the day, tough love, it does hurt. But in the end, you'll be so thankful for those people that, tell you the things you need to hear and tell you the things that you need to strive for, that you need to change, or that you need to do to make the things that you're going after better, And so I've learned to be able to take in that, that wisdom that other people share with me, even if it's tough sometimes, right? So I've learned that, I have to get better at social media, and we've been trying to get better here at the Queen Amani TV show. So with that, we try to share pictures of things along our adventure here at the Queen Amani TV show, from guests that come on, our fabulous guests, to the things that I'm doing with my family. You'll see family photos and the things that I share here, like my trip to Universal for the first time and my trip to SeaWorld for the first time. I forgot to mention it was my first time going to SeaWorld. And so if you want to see some of those pictures, which they're fabulous, make sure you check out our Queen Amani TV show page at Facebook and our Queen Amani Instagram page, and I believe that's Queen TV Show at Instagram. And you'll see that information here at on the show. And yeah, make sure you check it out. Make sure you like our Facebook page and like our Instagram. We'll make sure we like your page back. We definitely follow our friends there. And, in the near future, we're going to have some prize giveaways that you do not want to miss, because they're going to be fabulous. So in order to be able to receive those prizes, you have to be on both of those pages, the Facebook and the Instagram. So make sure you are our friends there. And so we're going to share some of the pictures, and it's sometimes difficult to share all the pictures I want to here on the show. So you can see the things that I'm talking about there on our our Instagram page. But yeah, it was my first time there at SeaWorld, and a couple different things we've seen. The flamingos. Oh, the flamingos were beautiful. Oh my goodness. So I have a picture of the flamingos. I know I wanted one of those too. It's like, can I get a penguin and a flamingo? And that would just make my day. But I couldn't get one. I had to leave them there in SeaWorld. So what does that mean? That means we have to go back, Queen Amani TV show. We have to go back. We got to go back to SeaWorld and Universal. But let's see. We've seen the Shamu whales and we've seen the flamingos and the dolphins. I love dolphins. They have to be probably some of my favorite animals. Yeah, dolphins are pretty amazing. And they're very intelligent too. Our son is, so intelligent, and he loves to study about animals and different things, and he loves to share with us his wisdom that he learns, about these animals. So he was sharing with us how intelligent dolphins are, and they're pretty magnificent. There in SeaWorld, there's a place you can go, down. It's like yeah, I wouldn't say it's not underground, but it's like an aquarium. And so you have to walk down these steps, and then when you get down there, it's like this beautiful aquarium, and you can see the dolphins playing. And one thing that was amazing was they know how to like blow circles. Like, it's like they're blowing bubbles, but they make these really gigantic circles, and then they just keep swimming, and like they love to try to swim through the circles. They're so cute. So as you can see, I was just really excited to share with you all about my amazing experience with my family there in Universal and there in SeaWorld, and I'm thankful that I got pushed out of my comfort zone, like I said, pushed through those adversities and those challenges that I have, you know, with the traveling and all that, to go on such a fabulous trip. And you know, I just want to encourage you to get out of your comfort zone. Do something new. Do something that, you know, may be a little bit challenging for you, but at the end of the day, you'll be thankful that you did it. And I just want to thank you for tuning in today. And I want to say that I thank God every day for such great people like you who tune in to the Queen Amani TV show. Keep dreaming, keep believing, keep pushing, keep going after your dreams, and make your dreams come true, because they do come true. And thank you for tuning in to the Queen Amani TV show today. We love you here.